Movie review number 1221 is A Complete Unknown. A Complete Unknown is a 2024 movie directed by James Mangold, who also directed movies like Ford vs. Ferrari and Walk the Line. So this movie has Searchlight Pictures and TSG Entertainment. I saw this movie on January 13th, 2025 at Showcase Cinemas De Lux in Springdale, Ohio. So this movie is a biography about Bob Dylan, who a lot of people know was a famous singer, musician. And this movie talks about his life and rise to stardom. So this movie takes place in the early 1960s, where 19-year-old Bob Dylan arrives in New York with his guitar and revolutionary talent, who is destined to change the course of American music. Forming his most intimate relationships during his rise to fame, he grows restless with the folk movement, and he makes a controversial choice that reverberates worldwide. So, in this movie, we see Bob Dylan, who is from Minnesota, who goes to New York City to make it big. This movie talks about his rise as a folk singer to concert halls and the top of the charts, as his songs and his mystique become a worldwide sensation that culminates in his groundbreaking electric rock and roll performance at the Newport Folk Festival in 1965. So Bob Dylan has done a lot of folk songs in his early career, but then he decides to make a controversial choice. He is going to start doing electric instruments. And some people are like, no way, he is not doing that on our stage. Well, he decides to ignore the people that tell him don't do this and still does it anyway. And it definitely changes the course of music forever. He definitely revolutionized the music industry forever after that performance. Of course, along the way, he made relationships with people, and those relationships went up and down at times. And it also talked about how he got to be in the music industry in the first place, and how meeting a famous singer definitely changed the course of Bob Dylan's future rise to stardom. So in this movie, we see Timothy Chalamet portrays Bob Dylan in the movie. By the way, Timothy Chalamet really does a good job in this movie. Edward Norton portrays Pete Seeger. Pete Seeger is a guy that helps Bob Dylan make it big. Pete sees something in Bob Dylan, and he decides to give him a chance to try out for a for some musical performances, and it definitely paid off. Now, there are some times in the movie where Pete might disagree with Bob Dylan on his approaches, but I think I could be wrong, but I can pretty much tell that Pete Seeger did not regret signing, did not regret giving Bob Dylan a chance to become part of the music industry. And actually, it was Bob Dylan who came to see Rudy Guthrie in the hospital with Pete Seeger there that eventually made both of them realize that Bob Dylan has something inside of him that could definitely be eventually be a part of the music industry. And it did. So we also see Ellie Fanning as Sylvie Russo. Let's just say that at some points in the movie she becomes Dylan's girlfriend. Of course, there will have been some ups and downs in the relationship between the two, as Bob Dylan also becomes involved with Joan Baez, who is portrayed by Monica Barbero in the movie. And so Bob Dylan and Joan Baez perform together at several festivals in the movie, and they also start a relationship. But of course, the relationship doesn't exactly go well either. Boyd Holbrook portrays Johnny Cash in the movie. Also, I just want to point out this. Boyd Holbrook portrays Johnny Cash in the movie, who also sees something in Bob Dylan, and he tells Bob that he really wants to hear Bob Dylan's performance of electric instruments. And also, I did mention that James Mangold directed Walk the Line, which was a biography about Johnny Cash. So, in the 2005 movie Walk the Line, James Mangold directed a movie about Johnny Cash, and I believe Joaquin Phoenix portrayed Johnny Cash in that movie, and now he directed A Complete Unknown, where Boyd Holbrook is Johnny Cash in the movie. Pretty neat, huh? We also see actors and actresses in this movie like Dan Vogel as Albert Grossman, Norbert Rio Butz as Aaron Lomax, Electro Hasson as Toshi Siegel, who is Pete Siegel's wife. Big Bill Mortonfield portrays Jesse Morfett. Will Harrison portrays Bob Newolf. Stuart McNary portrays Woody Guthrie. P.J. Bryan portrays Harold Raffenor. Michael Jonas portrays Theodore Beckel. Troy Terhen portrays Al Cooper. Ryan Harris Brown as Mort Sposito. Eli Brown portrays Mike Broomfield. Nick Popo as Peter Darrow. Laura Caraduti as Betta. Stephen Carl Carlson as Paul Stuckey. Eric Berryman as Tom Wilson. And then many other actors and actresses in this movie. So yeah, this was a really good movie. And this movie definitely tell the story of how Bob Dylan, who became a 19-year-old who went to New York City to make it big, eventually made it big and helped revolutionize the music industry forever. By not just playing folk music, but for also performing electric instruments at a folk festival that definitely impacted the music industry forever. But yeah, this was a pretty good movie, and this was another movie that was nominated for Best Picture at the Golden Globes and Academy Awards this year. And like I said, Timothy Chalamet really did a good job at portraying Bob Dylan in the movie. This was really good. So that was my movie review of a complete unknown. Please tune in this movie review. Alright, goodbye.